Hello guys, I'm Nona Prince and welcome to the stream. This is what I watched last month, December edition, and a happy new year to everyone. This is the first live stream I'm doing in this new year. First video also, you can like whatever you wanna count it as. But let me know how's the audio, how's the video, the normal things. And we'll also have an announcement at the end of this live. But let me know how's everyone doing, how was the new year, what have you been up to in the first 2 days. But what did you watch in the last month of last year? Let me know all that in the chat below. And this time I actually want to try a new feature YouTube provides you, which is a Q&A session. Let's try that today also. Hey Savannah, thank you for becoming a supporter. First of all, summer new year resolution. I don't usually do these things. Like, you don't need a year to end and a new to begin to take a resolution. You can do whenever. But yeah, there are some things I'll talk at the end. Hello there, no, Mr. Nona Rajkumar. I like movies, really. But let me know what you all watched. How you can hear me perfectly, all fine, hopefully. But let me know what you all watched. Fablesman is good. Decision to leave. I slept. I haven't watched Fablesman. Really wanted to watch it. Reasons to sleep. Reason to leave. I'll talk about today. I saw it. I have some thoughts. I have some, like, I've heard other people also talk about it, but we'll share that. But let me know, and then we'll quickly get into the what I watched last month basically. This is the 36th edition, guys. Like, I've been doing this for now 3 years consecutively without missing a month. So I'm pretty happy that I could do it. I thought let's just try every month. Let's see how far can I take it. And now this is the 36th edition, which is the three complete years. Every month I've done this. You can see all the live streams. I have a playlist for that. You don't need to, but and they all have timestamps also. So I'm happy I could do it. I think you haven't liked most of the movies from this session. That's one way to put it. I would not say I didn't like it, but yeah, I didn't make videos on that. Saw Barbarian, liked it. Not my kind of film. I wasn't able to watch anything new, but watch a lot of older films. Cool, that's great. I also do that a lot. Actually, I made that list, right? 128 movies I watched in the last video. Actually, I've seen more than that. I forgot to put Avatar 2 in it. I forgot more few films, because I didn't make a direct video about them. So there are few films I saw over those, and I saw a lot more older films also. So the list of movies I saw last year was way bigger than 128. Have you watched Gata Kushti on Netflix? Not yet. Didn't get any of recommendations. Is it worth watching? Let me know. Going to Banshees. Oh, Banshees of Inisherin. I just watched. So we'll talk about that also today. Instead of waiting for a whole month and talking about it in February, I thought I saw that today, so I'll include that also in this. I'm cheating, but that's fine. I went to underwater diving in theater of Avatar. Could you breathe? Man, you conducted that round table nicely. Thank you, Elvin. That was one of the biggest streams I ever did on this channel. That was special to me, and I was so nervous, and it happened out of blue, honestly. Like, I was planning for that for a long time, not for a long as in 10-20 days, but the number of people who joined in and how it happened, it was just a roller coaster ride. But there is no table. They was table in front of everyone in that live stream. But Nikhil Mohan, thank you for being a member. Is there a most anticipated movie list of 2023 coming? Actually not, but why is that? I'll talk about at the end of the stream. Some announcement. Only people who are watching will know about that. But anyways, so guys, let's begin. Hit that like button, and let's begin with the list. All right. So first we had I saw Zakir Khan's Tathastu. This was really good. One of really good comedy special, and I think more than comedy, this is just like a going on a life journey of a person, which is Zakir Khan here, right? And how he makes you emotional, he makes you laugh. It's like it's just going through life. That's it. That's the best way to tell you how it was. And if you haven't seen, definitely check it out. I saw it twice, once myself, once with my parents, and maybe two jokes, two, one, few bad words, not even few, two throughout. If you can overcome that, I think you can watch it with family. There are really some really relatable things he mentioned, and yeah, what a very nice design, very nice, very different stand-up special, that I liked a lot. But definitely, if you haven't seen, definitely check it out. The roundtable was awesome. Next time, make it 3 hour stream. Oh man, that's very difficult. I actually told all the panelists like it will be like 60 to 80 minutes, and I knew it will go overboard. So if I told them no, it will be 2 hours long, they would have said no. No one wants to come for 2 hours because they know 2 hours means it will go longer. So that's the big issue. Worth watching, Gati Kushti. You love it. Please check Netflix. Okay, got it. You should check Masuda Virata Parva. Virata Parva is something I need to watch. Okay, Jivatam, Ammu. Ammu, I didn't watch, yeah. Etc. Telugu films before doing an award function kind of thing, or good films like previous year. See, award function, it's not me voting. So, it's not necessary for me to check out all those films. Actually, we have volunteers on Discord who they take each language and they provide all the nominees. Top 10 videos are awesome. Thank you, Film Ospect. I don't know why a lot of people haven't recommended you the new Geo Baby movie which released November. Amazon Prime Video is amazing. BR loved it more than Gradient Kitchen. Okay. Which movie is that? My family have seen to release of few cuss words is okay. Surely it didn't have few cuss words. In comparison to that, this is like, PG-12. Love Roundtable. Thank you, Chris. Thank you guys for all the love for that. Did you see Luque said his next film will be 100% his film? No, I haven't seen that. I don't believe in these percentages anymore. All right, moving on. Freddy. A lot of people actually talked about it. I got comments review this film, but I just didn't feel anything I wanted to add to the film. But it's not a bad film. You should definitely check it out. I think it was a nice performance by Karthik Aryan. It was an interesting narrative, but it just, it's kind of a serial killer-ish story. Like as you can see from but it's like an origin story. Origin story of how someone becomes a serial killer. And I just felt it was too monotonous in a sense. Like, I feel like a lot of people will relate to his situation which he's in and connect with him and why he's doing something, but at the end of the day he's doing something wrong. It was just a good attempt by him, knowing that I think definitely this movie he had already done before, Bhool Bhulaiyaa became such a big hit, the second part. But it was nice for him to try different things in his career. And yeah, it was a good film. I didn't love it, I didn't hated it. There was nothing like that's technically everything was working. Maybe some of the acting of the other guy in the film, maybe little too much. But yeah, it was a fine film. But I just didn't have anything to add to make a special video about it. Have anyone of you seen? Let me know. You must watch the film show. You have not. The last film show. Okay. Got it. Geo Baby movie, maybe Sri Dhanya Catering Service. Okay. Got it. Uchai is set to release in Z5 this Friday. Planning to watch. Yep, I am. Actually, Uchai is back in theaters near me. So, but the timing, I don't think I'll be able to go. But I'll wait for the OTT release. Anyone has seen Freddy? I guess so. Some people just said it's a horrible film. Some said no, it's a really nice film. So, not much talk about it. Have you reacted to the trailer of Geo movie? No. Haven't done any reactions. All right. Moving on. Dr. G. Ayushman Khurrana in and as Dr. G. Saw it actually while traveling to Kerala. In the train I saw it. What to say? I was not a big fan of, honestly. I just felt it was a similar thing what he has done the previous time. It's a nice message. All of that is good, but the filmmaking level only, at so many in the start only, like first hour, I felt so many places the characters are behaving so inconsistently, as if they have shot the later scenes first and the first scenes later. So there's just some disconnect going on with the dialogues, what is happening. I was so confused with why this character is behaving like this. It didn't make sense. And the second half was much better. It became more streamlined. But again, it's like nothing special unlike his previous films. It is getting like, I like, he's someone who's doing social message movies, but he's not being like the hero as in like he's giving everyone a lesson. No, he's playing a very flawed character, which in most of his films in learning a lesson. So I like that, and it's not like halfway through the film and then he's giving lectures to others. Until the probably the end of the film, he's still going through that arc, and that's a good thing that he's willing to do roles like this in most of his movies like that. He is someone who doesn't get it, and he later realizes his mistake. So I like that. Uh, but other than that, I felt it just didn't have nuances. It didn't. Rakulpi's character didn't make much sense to me. Why that angle? I get it later why that angle, but it didn't. It was not needed. Some moments didn't feel realistic, didn't feel grounded. So it was all over the place for me. Why do you think nobody top 10 has Cello Show? Most people haven't seen it. That's, I think, the thing. And even if what I've heard till now, everyone says it's a good movie. Again, it's like, we are living in an era where you have to be either extreme, like, horrible film or outstanding film. Good movie, doesn't make a list. And especially top 10s, you just want to the ones you, within seconds recollect in your mind. Even, the one I did for best movies, of 2022. Yes, when I was making that list, I was going through some films. I'm like, when I saw this film, I really liked it. But just thinking about it, I don't recollect anything. It's just forgettable film. Either I'm, with my memory, or the film didn't have any impact. At the moment, I really liked it watching it. It was really good, but now I don't recollect much. So a lot of that happened, and that's why some films went into level 2. Like some people were saying why triple R in 1 and why KGF. Like KGF 1 I've seen so many times, that is, I feel like something I go back to again and again. Then KGF 2 has good moments and all of that, but I just saw KGF 2 times, that's it, throughout the year. If it really had that value, I would have gone back, watched it again and again, like triple R did. So that's what happens at the end. I think some films like Sani Kaidam, I actually went to watch my review, and then just because of that I put it in level 2. Otherwise I would have put it, according to that review I made, it should have been in level 1. So a lot of things happens over the time. All those factors go in, to ranking them, which level they go. I know a lot of people in the comments were not agreeing, why this, why that, and it's just my personal thing. That's a long one. Okay, I'll also start this thing. Let me start. Let's see how this works. I don't know how this works. I asked about most anticipated list because I saw Trident Studios Productions video about Indian movies and saw Jeremy Jan's video about Hollywood 23. Lots to be an awesome year for movies. Yep. What happens, right, with uncertainty, a lot of releases can change and all that. Most lists like that doesn't really work. But yeah, it's interesting. A lot of movies are coming, so it's just infinite. It's very hard to make a list like that. Dr. G has not a good got a good subject. Performance looked good enough, including Shefali Shah. I love the transformation of Aishman's character. Totally, it wasn't outstanding, but good watch. As I said again, today good is not worth it. How is Freddy? Quick review. Interesting film. Interesting in Hindi cinema. Someone tried to make such film, and it's not melodramatic and all. It's nice. It's subtle, little subtle, but yeah, that's it. Dr. G deserve at least level 3. I gave level 3 Dr. G, I think. Sound issue, slightly beeping sound coming once in a while. What? Really? That's weird. There's a rumor that Hugh Jackman and Tobey Maguire may come together in Phase 5. Ah man, too many rumors. It's like there's so much information in flow, right? Before we used to have just 2 films, maximum 3 films in a year. That's it. And now we have 5 shows and 5 films and all of that. Just too much. Like, I just stopped it. I just paused my brain. Cello Chase Sausages in top 15 Oscars is a chance since they love movies about movies. Let's see, man. Great. See if it's selected. Outstanding, amazing, great job. But yeah, that's it. I'm not rooting or something like that. Sometimes I hate rumors. Most of the times I hate rumors. Is this working, guys? Are you seeing any question thing on top? How does that work? I like movies says, how are you? I'm good, thank you. It should come here also, I don't know. I felt like the bike flip is only change I made in Triple R, otherwise it's masterpiece of how action integrated with emotion. Honestly, I don't even think bike change, man. The P mom, and then he just flips it. The music is so pumping, you don't even care. It just hypes you up more. That's me. And then there's a explanation that only weighs 50 kgs and on this and that. I don't know Dr. G good enough for remake with a much refined script. It's a film should be remade. It's a social message. It should travel. Do you guys also react to video games based on superheroes in Indian geek society? We want to. I think we do. I don't know. I think this okay. Ogatoma, this film from Bangladesh. Ogatonama, this film from Bangladesh is a must-watch. Is it the one which is selected for Oscars also? All right, moving on. Thiruvu trailer reaction, please. I don't know. You want it? I can do it live if you guys want. Where is it displayed? Send it. I don't know this question thing. I don't know how it works. Even I'm figuring out. I don't think it shows up on screen. Why do you pronounce names incorrectly? I went to Kerala. I actually thought I was getting good at pronouncing the names, and then I went to Kerala and I talked to them and I realized that everything I say is wrong. Like nothing I say is correct. John Wick versus Punisher. Who would win in a fight? Will be crazy battle to watch, but I don't know who will win. Okay, Triangles of Sadness. Watched it at IFFK. It is, I would say, like a comedy version of Parasite in a sense. It is talking about the class divide, class struggle in a different, very, very different way, a very different film. I think I put it in level 2. Level 2, I don't know. I don't remember. But interesting film. It was, something new I have seen. I like. But what issue I had was, I was not sure what the director is trying to say. Sometimes it was conflicting ideas. I liked where the narrative went, and I think the second half of the film is something else altogether. It's like a whole flip. So that's very, very interesting. But then again, I was realizing where are you trying to go? What are you trying to say? It kept going there, and at the end, it wasn't clear ending. What really happened? Maybe it's like open ending. Think whatever you want, but it just. Didn't fit well in all sense, but again it's something new. It's not not following a thing which it always does, how all movies should be. So it's very different in that sense, and that's not a problem. It's not a flaw, but it's just for me difficult to understand. Maybe it's first time for me to watch something like this. I've never seen anything from this director also. I don't even know him or her. I am not sure even that. But yeah, it was a good experience watching it in Kerala again, man. People are hooting, whistling, cheering throughout the film, and I didn't feel like I'm watching like a film at a film festival. That was amazing. I think Bollywood tried two different kind of movies too. I'm sure Bollywood is going to come back. I just want to say What kind of different films? They always try to make different films, you know. It's just that the mainstream films are in the limelight. Guys, so many people watching, just 7 likes. That's not good. Come on, hit that like button so more people can join us. But yeah, Bollywood does make good films. Like there's so many good Hindi films out there which are not like the mainstream big budget, you know, with the hero. So not everything is that, you know. So I think every, you know, industry has good films. They are making good films. It's just that they don't get the, you know, the limelight they want. If Punisher kills his dog, then John Wick will win. Makes sense. Center question display. Yeah, it's not being displayed. Saw gold yesterday. You were right. It actually looks like a patchwork of clips sewn through. COVID movie seems like a few friends came together to make a movie of time pass. Did I say that? I don't know. Ogatama available on YouTube. Just watch it as a regular viewer. You will see. Guarantee you'd love it. Review it. No. Okay. SSMB29. Mahesh Babu have sequel with Asar Azamuli. Your thoughts? Sequel? I don't know. Check Gamil Telugu Glimpse, which is most ambitious and costliest crowdfunded film from Telugu industry. Costliest crowdfunded. Wow. Interesting words put together. Larger than life movie brings box office collections with effect across like Amir. Amir is now being casted in NTR Prashant Neel movie. Yes, I saw that news. Interesting. Amir, you know, is someone who does his films which is like totally invested in. So it'll be interesting if he's just doing this film as an actor. Lijo's Pilsari has 2 releases this year, one in Jan and one in December. Interesting. Is it the... Hey Srihari, welcome. My partner in crime at in IFFK? Probably not. And one of my nemesis. Okay, I need to check this question thing also. Did you see the recent making glimpse of Project K? No, I didn't. Is your ambition to become a filmmaker? Yes. Live chat. What was your best performance 2022? Any language? Very hard to pick. What were my top films? Tipri Dimri for Kala. Gangubai Alia. I'm just going through all the performances. Fahad for Malin Kunj. Maybe he'll not be the top person for that, but yeah, he was good in that. Kunchako Boban for 2 films, Nathan Keskodu and Arippa. Then Divya Prabha for Arippa. What else? I'm just going through my top list. Do live reaction to, okay. Srihari, which movie were you trying to get Nona to watch? Great answer, Tripti. Mammootty in Pudu. Mammootty was one actor who really impressed throughout. Alia Bhatt in Gangubai, best performance of the year. Mammootty definitely for Pudu. What else did I have? I guess my brain went NTR or Ramcharan for Triple R. Yeah, why not? Like that, those really need good performances for that film to work. So definitely, why not? All right, moving on. This again, I saw. Thank you, Srihari, for saving a seat for me for this screening. I was late. Do you want to know the story why I was late? Let me know. I'll tell you that. But first, let's talk about the film. Pratibandhi, the Satyajit Ray film, The Adversary. First time watching. It was, I think, the... What do you call it? Remastered version. And it was like really good quality footage. At some places, they were just showing negatives because the original wasn't available. But yeah, really, you know, Satyajit's film. I love, you know, again, he transported me to that era. And it was nice to see, you know, getting to know how in those time people used to talk to each other in a city. You know, they are trying to find work. And, you know, it's so similar, like the friendship, you know, how they live together, the way they talk to each other. It's so natural and so much how it is today. It's not much difference. I don't know in mind, we just keep thinking, I know old people used to talk differently, and it was all different and all of that. They should talk, different kind of words. Even, talking in English and Bengali, the mixing and like, it's like so so relevant, like not relevant, like so much like now it's the same. It's not any different. I didn't in my mind. I just had a different thought. In olden times, people used to talk differently. It's not the case at all. So that was really really cool. But yeah, I did feel it was little lengthy, and I did feel little bored. I will not say the film dragged. I don't know why. I feel other Ray films I've seen till now, all of them, I'm just mesmerized. I'm just lost in the world. Whereas this one, I was feeling the length of the film. It was just okay, okay. But maybe I guess that was part of the narrative itself, that he's keep going and going, not getting a job. But again, some of the visuals they create, like filmmaking outstanding. There's no, I can't even say anything negative. It's just you. I absolutely loved it. Yeah, it's me. I'm not saying it's a bad film at all. No, it's a Ray film, man. It cannot be bad. I'm just saying I felt the length of the film. Uh, Jack and Jill. Is Mukundan Associates coming to streaming soon? I have no idea. Vijendra Prasad said SSMB 29 is like a franchise with Mahesh as lead, and each movie have different story and characters. Okay. Please recommend an action comedy movie or time pass, something like Thallumala. I think the chat can answer you better than me. Let me check the questions. Best crime thriller of 2022. Yeah, it's give me options. Give me options. I cannot think right now all the crime thrillers that came out. Like Glass Onion was cool. It was fun. We'll talk about that next. But before that, Decision to Leave. Park Chan Wook film. My actually second Park Chan Wook. I've only seen Old Boy, so I cannot really judge because he's like a different level filmmaker. I have not explored yet. But again, watching it in theaters was a different experience at IFFK. Very very weird film. I think that's my term for all most Korean films I've seen. That's just two, but very weird, very different. Very, I love the filmmaking. Like there are some sequences with the camera work they have done that someone is watching someone else, and then we cut to them being there and noticing everything around them. So the way it's cut, editing is so amazing. So technically, it's outstanding. Narrative wise, I was very very interested in the first half, the way everything was unfolding, and then the twist comes in, and all of that and then where it leads to, I wasn't expecting that. And then it's about a very weird love story which doesn't really make sense, but that's love, right? And the way things happen and unfold, and then suddenly I had a disconnect with the film. Like it just didn't work. Like I didn't understand what's happening at a certain point. And then the way the film ends, and it's a tragic love story kind of a thing, and yeah, it just yeah, it went missing. I just had 404 error in my head. So but yeah, again, I was told by people, watch this film again, and every time you watch it you'll find new details and new perspective to look at it. So maybe that's something I need to watch. Let's see when it comes. I think it's coming to movie, I don't know. But yeah, again, something you cannot define, I liked it or didn't like it. It's just a weird feeling. Yeah, you cannot really pinpoint and tell a perfect analysis of what you thought. It's still, I'm thinking about it. I need to watch it again though. Bullet Train was one I really, yeah, Bullet Train is a good recommendation. Weird, just like the climax of Old Boy. No, weird not in that sense. That was not weird. That was like kind of a thing. Like really? Okay. React to Project K making. Okay. Do you? Oh, you should watch Thirst. Not the easiest watch, but very rewarding. Okay. So here I am today. Felt many Maniratnam movies and other inspired all from that movie. Okay. You only watch Park Chan Wook's two movies from Korea? Yes, that's true. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, no new questions. This is I'm not a big fan. This Q&A should actually show up in the chat. There should be an option like that. All right, moving on. 120 BPM. Again, it's like a film I wouldn't have watched. I would have never watched this. I would have never known the existence of this film. But thanks to Srihari, you know him in the chat. He pushed me, and it was like the fourth film of that day at IFFK. And we finally reached there. We had popcorn and we watched this film. Again, very. I think we both were tired. The film is very dialogue heavy. There's just people talking, and just the way it's just shooting scenes of multiple people talking is very hard, and most of the film is that, like I would say 70-80% movie is that, and it's just absolutely outstanding filmmaking wise. But yeah, again, it just do so much talking, and this actor actually was there at the screening, and he actually gave us some like what is the film about before watching it. I think the 2019 the film came out, if I'm not wrong, and it did really well. It actually shows you in 1990s the AIDS activists in Paris, in not in France. I don't know if it was Paris or not. Fighting and fighting for their rights and everything. So we have this gay couple, and we have a lot of people from that community, and it's a very well made film, but just so much talking happening, so many what I said to people, like people are talking about something, and suddenly in the middle of the argument I'm like, wait, what are they talking about? And the moment I'm thinking, and I'm like, oh, that they're talking about, and I come back to the film, they've already like gone past everything, and now I don't know what they're talking about again. That was happening. And again, a lot of things I didn't know about the real incidents, and all of that, so it was hard to kind of connect dots. They were talking about different laws, and how the pharmaceutical companies work, and like I didn't know what was right, what was wrong, like so I was just just going along without understanding most of it. But again, very well made film, something I would have never watched and experienced. So thanks to Srihari if he's still watching. But yeah, I know I don't know where you can find this film. But yeah, you can read up on it. If you like to watch it, you can find it out. But those are my thoughts on that. Do action movies work better with a simple plot like the first John Wick and Katie, or something more complex like Bullet Train? Bullet Train is really not complex, By the end, it's like quite straightforward. It's just that we don't know the information at the start. It's just slowly we are, like even the characters are introduced like that. It's not each character is introduced and then we see them what they are on the train. No, we are in the train, we see them, and then we get an introduction about them. Then we get a perspective from different person about them. So it's like the screenplay structure that they have jumbled it up and made it more fun and entertaining, but it's quite straightforward narrative. But about complex, yeah, I think big films, right? Like you can say Avatar, even to Bahubali, they are very simple, films with simple emotions, but they work. But again, when you're doing so much over that visually, building a world and all of that, I think it works for you, because that part is the technical part is so complicated. You want to make the story part less complex. I think Nolan doesn't follow that. He likes to make it more complex, and you need to watch it again and again to really grasp it. But it depends on filmmaker to filmmaker, right, what they want to do. But yeah, you can make a very complex action film also. There's no problem in that. But it's just it's like the balance. At the end of the day, the film has to be watched by someone. If it's just too crazy, you don't follow anything, then what's the point, right? So it's about that balance. First movie to watch in 2023, actually, which I'll talk about at the end of the stream. The last movie I'll talk about today, that. Did I miss anything? Going back to questions. Do action movies? Okay, you asked here also. Okay, you guys asking the same thing here, so I'm just ending this Q&A. There's no point. I didn't like this. This feature needs improvement, YouTube. Tathastu was storytelling at its finest. Yep. Best acting Rishabh in Kantara. Yes, he deserves that. The Handmaiden is his best. This director, I guessing. Uh, like Saho, no. How many films did you watch in a day at Kerala Festival? It's overbearing at times. I saw one day four. That's the maximum I've seen ever. The journey to the end in Bullet Train is a bit more convoluted, right? That's why I asked. No, I didn't. I didn't find convoluted. I think it was made more full. Like all of it made sense. It was all a misunderstanding that the real guy he wanted to actually kill didn't even show up. Someone else, like Brad Pitt, showed up instead of him. So it's just a big joke at the end, and then I like those kind of endings. I remember, I don't know how many of you have seen Ben 10. Let me know in the chat. In Ben 10, there was an episode, they go, like, there's a guy, there's a mask, and they have to get like a old ancient place, and there's a sword which will give you so much power. And all of these things happen, and they fight with them. They kind of lose at the end. There's so much drama happens, and at the end, the villain picks up the sword, and it just shatters because it's so old. You know, what are you expecting? And it ends with the heroes laughing, like, what did you expect? So that was a nice twist. I like, sometimes you like being thrown away like that. Oh. How many films did, okay, I answered that. Moving on to Ambulance, a Michael Bay film. Again, watched it while coming back. I think coming back from Kerala, watched it, and technically, wow, some of the shots, the drone shots and all of that, very, very interesting. But the plot is so ridiculous and stupid. Like, no bullets will hit your main character. Like, they are in open, running, and there are 10 people, 20 people just firing, and no bullet is hitting anyone. It's just so stupid. And then it becomes a whole chase thing in the whole city, when that still has more logic. But then again, what was your plan? What was, it's just so stupid at moments. But it was a fun watch, you would say. Like, fun, interesting, the drone shots, and chase sequences, the action moments. But so stupid, like, really stupid. I think recently Patrick Williams made a video why it's not actually a good movie. I was actually watching that video, but I don't agree. It's just stupid. Like, these things, you would say, oh, that movie also happens, why don't you care? I think you're just invested with the characters, so you don't really think about those things. But here, there's a whole sequence where just people are just firing, and no one is getting shot. I'm like, who are you firing at? What are you doing? It is, I'm not understanding the geography, or what's happening. And those moments just take you out of the film. And there were a lot of moments like that. When I saw PS1 first time, I didn't enjoy it, but everyone asking to watch it again. But it's not pulling me, sadly. That's fine. It's fine. Not everyone's cup of tea, maybe. All right, moving on. Govinda, Naam, Mera. Actually, my parents are watching it right now. This film, even now, they were like, they're watching the first half, and they're like, what horrible film. It's actually very dry. It, like, it's like a very good story. It has so much potential, but it just needed to be more grounded. I think grounded in the sense that in the setting, in the characters, like, the only reason I felt, the characters are like dancers or choreographers is to have, few dance sequences in the first half. That's it. There's no other reason I can come up with. So, you are just taking your plot down just to add these things, the Bollywoodization of the narrative. There's some moments, like, literally, there's a moment where, what's her name? Come on. Kaira Advani and what's her name? Come on. Without people letting me know in the chat before that. Come on. I can, yes. Vicky Kaushal, Kaira Advani and Bhumi Pednekar. Oh shit. Thank you, Vaishnav. Yeah, Bhumi Pednekar. There's a scene where she's like, she wants to laugh, like, ha ha ha, what did you do? And it is so fake. It is so fake. I want to just shut the movie at that point. But no, I still kept watching. and it actually in the second half it does become funny. Their twists and turns are really clever, and that's why I say, the narrative has potential. But there's so many, like, you see so many actors, all of them had potential in the narrative, but the way they are used, the Bollywoodization and all of that, like, so, the supporting actors, characters have better dialogues and lines which make you laugh than a main cast. And Vicky Kaushal, my god, I consider him one of the best actors, currently. He nailed in Sardar Udham. Before that he had such a good year. Every character, every movie he was doing was so good. And then he does this film, and it's like, why? Why do you need to do, like? Because it's not just, the film is bad, but he really tried to, put in more. He was bad. He was really bad in the film. Like, I was so feeling so sad and bad about it. Like, why did he do this film? Maybe he tried too much. It didn't, maybe he needs to become better at comedy, whatever. But like, he honestly, I think Kara's Advani's character's name is Cuckoo or something like that. Something like that. Whatever her name is, he said her name more times than Alia said Shiva in Brahmastra. Honestly, if someone goes and counts in, he has said it more times, but no one will make joke of that because no one has seen the movie. It's not even talked about. So that's like, nah, I was so disappointed. But again, plot had some, like, that second half is actually really like, oh, now what? You keep guessing and it's fun. Kiara, I think she's someone, she talks about it a lot. She wants to be, do good roles. She actually has, even in this big budget film she has interesting character line, but it's not good enough, for her to establish herself as a great actor like Alia Bhatt. Alia, from a second film, she did Highway. The project she's choosing, she's the lead, in most of them, and she's driving the plot and she's doing the content heavy films. Whereas I feel Kiara is doing more of these big budget films where she has something, but that's that, and it's not enough. You may have, big budget films with you behind your back, all of that with you, but as an actor, you're not doing anything more than that. And Bhumi also is, with her choices recently, I don't know what's happening. Okay, Bhumi, thank you all of you for that. I personally think that Vicky Kaushal is better actor than Ranbir Kapoor and Ranveer Singh. I think all of them are good. I would personally rate Vicky, then Ranveer, then Ranbir. Wrong choices for Vicky. Prediction on Pathan. Let's see, yaar. I actually feel a film, when they do too much promotion, I feel like something is wrong. So let's see. I think Circus and Phone Booth are other recent examples of comedy going wrong in Hindi. Oh, really? Phone Booth? I thought a lot of people say it's a really good film. I don't know. It's out on OTT, so I'll check it out. But I really thought Phone Booth, people say it's a good one. But yeah, this film, I feel this can be remade into South and they make it more grounded and, more relatable in some sense, then it could do wonders. This narrative is actually good, should be remade. But yeah, moving on. The Teacher. I think I saw the last film in previous year in December. So The Teacher, Never Forgive, Never Forget. I would say this image only. Even the trailer, I would say it's very misleading, honestly. I love the idea. I like the ambition. I like the attempt to make something like this, to talk about an issue, and then take it a step ahead, just like Jai Jai Hai, where the women fight back. But the execution is not up to the mark. I like, it started well. I was so intrigued what's happening. It's very mysterious, and it just keeps going and going, and it drags and drags and drags, and there are subplots which makes no sense. They come out of nowhere. She had a father, something happened to him, then she's an uncle she learned karate from, which makes sense at the end, but it comes out of nowhere. And the climax, honestly, I didn't feel anything. Like, the film dragged so much, like, you just like killed the mood, in a sense. And at the ending, that whole sequence, I actually just went fast forward. Yeah, got it. What now? And that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing to make someone feel when you want to make such a big impact. And I felt sad, that interesting concept. Again, the execution just keeps dragging, and you take it so long and far, and like, yeah, I just didn't like it. Phone booth is surprisingly good for me. Okay, see, I think people have different opinions on phone booth. Situational comedy or dialogue oriented comedy. See, situation sometimes is more funnier because it's just absurd sometimes, whereas dialogue is more what to say. I think you need a higher skill level to write those dialogues that work really well. It's a hard thing. Both are hard things, but Amla Paul should stop these kind of films. No, see, that's not the way to go. See, if you tried something, it didn't work, that doesn't mean just abandon it and go on. You keep perfecting it. You try to make it better. Now, I don't know how well the film did. Maybe it did well, but for me, honestly, it just didn't work. But moving on, Vida's landing. This was so. I just watched it, I think, yesterday. Again, I said in the beginning, I'm cheating. I'm. I did watch something in Jan, and I'm including it here. Will be too long until the end of Jan to talk about this. The film did bad. Okay. But Veer Das, if you don't know him, he's a comedian. He's one most comedy specialist out on Netflix. And this comes after his big controversy where he talks the two nation thing, which went viral, and people, he got FIRs and all of that things happened. Actually, he talks about that also in this stand up, and a lot more things, a lot many jokes. And I actually is the only comedian I've actually seen live performance. So yeah, he's good. I think his comedy is not for everyone. He's not someone making jokes about ordinary things in life and all of that. There are different kind of comics who does that, but he's not that. He's very political. There are some, he talks about American politics, Indian politics, a lot many things, and he does it very creatively. And then there are some harsh statements also in between, which are like mic drop things. But again, he does it so creatively that it makes you wow, amuses you, you laugh. And the way he actually answers the backlash and whatever he got, oh my god, I'm not gonna spoil it if you haven't seen it, but the way he does it, like, it keeps happening throughout the stand up. You don't know why is that happening. I'm not gonna say what. And you just keep thinking, and at the end when he reveals why is that happening, it's just a big mic drop. Outstanding. What a way. I actually tweeted that, what a way to make a comeback, and I actually liked it. So yeah, really, I really enjoy his comedy. So if you are into that, definitely check it out. Definitely liked it. Why you not review web series? It's time thing, yeah. Most web series, there's not much time. You need a lot of time to watch them and then put out a review, and it mostly doesn't do well. Not many views for it. Not many people watch web series. So it's hard unless it's something I am really looking forward to. Like Pictures, I reviewed on my Hindi channel. You can check it out. There I reviewed that show. So yeah, moving on. This is the last film. This is the first film I saw this year, which is the Banshees of Inisherin, whatever you call it. But very, very like. So I heard people talking about it's about two friends and it's a very interesting narrative and all of that. And I was actually expecting something different, but what we got was wow. Like just like such a sometimes you just feel right watching a film that what really like this is a story, like you don't even think about it. It's like so simple yet so unthinkable. It's like how such something like this and what it leads to throughout the film. It's like that kind of a movie, and I love throughout that how we see the life of these people where they live in Ireland. It's a small, I think you can say, island, and just the way we experience their life and their world, and how something just leads to something else, and there's two crazy people, like, just you feel so what's happening. And it's like I think I read it's like a dark tragic comedy, and it is that actually in in real sense of those words. Did you talk about Ambulance? Yes, I've talked about. You can go back in the stream. comedians like Kenny Sebastian and Karan Gill does more relatable jokes, where Veer Das is more political, which is hard to understand sometimes. I can agree. Sometimes his jokes like really go. His comedy is very much very American inspired. A lot of jokes and a lot of things he says, I just don't get it. But the way he, the impactful lines when it drops, right? That just it wows me. It's that the creativity I look forward to. But the other two, comedies are also relatable and all. My favorite is Bassi. Come on, no, come on. They were just on Kapil Sharma show. Angad Singh Bassi, no. How can I forget his first name? Singh Bassi, I know that's that much. It's Anubhav Singh, but thank you, Kunal. Thank you. Anubhav Singh, oh my god, what's up with me? But yeah. Yeah, so this film, amazing work by Colin Farrell. He was in Batman as the Penguin and unrecognizable. So, and there's a lot of buzz for him to get nominated at Oscars. So, let's see. But a really, really good film. I think I'll put it in my level 1. Yeah, I think I'll put it in level 1. I like Ram Charan or could do Indian James Bond type character. What do you think? I don't know, man. It's hard to just say from. I don't know what you expect from a James Bond. I don't know. I just want. Like, I've seen James Bond movies, but I don't like them. So, I cannot say much. Jake Gyllenhaal is going through the Mohanlal phase. He did a lot of amazing films before, but doing mediocre work now, and his upcoming movies are not exciting. He was actually good in Ambulance. I would not say he was bad or something. Maybe he was doing a little over, but I think that was the demand of the movie. But yeah, not a good movie. He has a very refined look. Okay, I think I've heard a lot of foreign people talk about that. But anyways, guys, those were all the things I saw. Oh, I didn't change the shit. Let me do it now. I don't know how many of you even noticed. No one noticed because no one talked about it. See, no one talked. It's December 2022. All right. All right, guys. When are you watching Monster? Check out Brooks. Two from the same director. I've heard that. Yeah, I saw that movie. Talk. People think it's like a spiritual sequel to it. He's physically imposing. Also has good acting chops. Yeah, I think if you think that's needed for James Bond, then that's great. All right, guys, we are at the end. A reply. I don't know, man, when I'm watching Monster. So yeah, I just if 19 people are still here, so just wanted to share something, an announcement. It depends on what you think. It's a good or not a good announcement. So you'll not be seeing much of me for some time. There will be few videos coming out, but that's it. There'll be some silences on the channels. But yeah, that's it. You'll not be seeing much of me. That's why you are not seeing reactions or different things and all of that. Yeah, some people are happy that's happening, but I think it's good for me to take a little break. No, I'm not getting married, guys. No, that's not the thing. Far from it. But yeah, hopefully, I think last year was a fun. Like the channel grew. It's slow growth, but it still grew a lot. A lot of people joined us through this journey, and thank you for all of that. A lot of members joined in. Thank you to them, and thank you for watching all the videos, supporting, commenting. You can join Discord. I'll be active on social media on Discord. We can talk there. Also, we'll be doing our Filmfare Awards. I'm actually thinking of changing the name a bit, but we'll talk about that on the Discord server. No, man, it's not a wedding, guys. I can tell you it's not a wedding. Did you get a producer or something? Good night. Okay. Nothing like that. Check out Rishabh Shetty Bell Bottom movie. I'll try. So I'll be trying to watch a lot of films during this down period. I'll try to, but I'll definitely be back for this live stream next, like after January. I'll definitely do that, but in between, don't expect any new videos. I can just say that much right now. Nothing in what's happening, all of that. But yeah, thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. Hope you had a good time. Talking about films. That's what we do here, right? And thank you for all the support and love for the round table. That wasn't out of nowhere. Not out of nowhere. It was planned, but how it happened was very very. Yeah, it was a roller coaster ride. But that's it, guys. Just wrap it up. Last 2 minutes, maybe. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year, Nikhil. So, what are your resolutions for New Year? Let me know that. Kunal, thank you. Thank you to you. Anyone with the resolutions this year? It's 56 minutes, into the live. So I'm thinking let's make it 1 hour before we end. Anyone with their New Year resolutions? You'll be definitely getting a triple R video. I thought this year to start with the triple R video, but yeah. Shazam, to bath every day. That's a good resolution. To drop my resolution faster than last year. Resolution will start Jan 1 and end Jan 2. Or the other way is to not even have a resolution to start with. But what are the films you're looking forward to? I didn't watch any videos, so I think what's coming out this year. I didn't even know that. I have to do a Google search to check out what are the films coming. But I think the big ones are the Pathan movie and the other films coming at Pongal. So let's see. Babylon, I heard a lot of bad reviews. Like it's like bombed at the box office. But Avatar is doing amazing. I actually showed. I don't know if you follow me on Twitter. I showed Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick to my parents in 2 consecutive days. They loved it, and I also saw them Avatar last in December. So I'm thinking of taking them to the theaters to make them watch it. Oh, I didn't talk about Glass Onion. Wait, I didn't talk about Glass Onion, right? Oh shit. Oh no. Sorry guys, I didn't talk about Glass Onion. Let's talk about Glass Onion. We have time. So guys, Glass Onion, Knives Out story. I think it was a good thriller. Again, very differently structured. It keeps you hooked. You think something is happening, then no, actually something else is happening, and then again something else is happening altogether. So I love the twists and turns. It is like a glass onion when you peel it, and it just keeps going and going and going. Definitely, I felt the themes were much more subtle and interesting in the first film. Then this one, I think it was just each character was like a loud person and like a stereotype of what we see around us. But definitely a fun watch. It's not like a something like I saw some people like this is so it's very bad or it's not up to the first one. It is definitely good film. It's it has the flavor of the first film also, but I feel in some sense thematically the first one is a little bit superior. But it is a worthy watch. I think I put it in level 2. Yeah. So yep. So that were my thoughts on Glass Onion. Back to. Thank God I remembered. Okay. Ram Mohanlal Jitu movie. Okay. Do not waste time. Ammu review. LGP Mohanlal movie. Barbie. Oppenheimer. Oh yes. Dune 2. Garada plus Tamil Cinema Roundtable reaction, please. Anurag, I don't think that will be possible. Martin Scorsese, Killers of the Flower Moon. Yep. I think that still not doesn't have a release date. David Fincher's The Killer is coming. Okay. Are you gonna do reactions now? I don't think so. Are you excited for John Wick 4? Not that much, I would to say. A time travel Malayalam called Pendulum has dropped. To check it out. Okay. Salar, if it releases, PS2, Jawan. Jawan is something I'm looking forward to. John Wick. T67, it doesn't release. Dune 2, Oppenheimer, Killer of the Flower Moon. Two biggest superstars films are releasing on Pongal. Okay. Huge collections. Let's see. Have you seen Ammu Telugu? No, I haven't. All the big movies in Hollywood coming 2023. Non-Marvel DC. That's true. What are Marvel films? Ant-Man is coming this year. The Marvels is coming this year. Mm, what are the Marvel films coming out? Only two movies? No, I'm missing something. Guardians of Galaxy. Yeah, Guardians Galaxy. Yeah, Achal Sharma. Thank you. All right, guys. It's 1 hour, 1 minute. So let's wrap it up. Thank you. Sorry, no reactions, but that's it for me for some time. And you're not able to see me much coming going forward for some time, but that's life. It's okay. I hope you had good fun. Enjoy. So the channel is gonna be inactive, right? Yeah, most probably. But yeah, that's it. Thank you. See ya. Good night, and I'll see you hopefully sooner than you think.